So the politics of Antarctica are complex. Like, really complex, with loads of different countries claiming different sections, and there's some disputes and some treaties and blah 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 boring politics stuff. But there is one part that technically isn't claimed. At least it wasn't, until His Royal Highness Grand Duke Travis claimed the area in the name of Westarctica. Westarctica has no year-round residents, although that hasn't stopped it from doing its job campaigning for the protection of the environment, and it has all the staples of a nation, with its own currency, stamps, citizenship, elections, its own military, and best of all, in my opinion, a national anthem. Westarctica, Land of the Brave, was composed by Lady Thurston in 2006, and she was awarded the Honoured Artist ribbon for it. It's a 12-bar long melody in F major in 4/4 time, following an A-B-A form with melodic range of an 11th. Plus, it also has lyrics. Now there's one striking thing when comparing this anthem to many others, which is the short length. But despite the less than usual size, this short tune does everything an anthem should in record time. So, I've narrowed it down to 6 things that allow this anthem to achieve so much in so little time. Number 1. A please stand intro. Now normally I don't look or count the intro bars that make up an anthem, but seeing that this makes up 12.5% of the piece, I should probably have a look. It's really common for a national anthem to start with a small introduction that announces that the piece is about to start, like at ceremonies or at sporting events when you're asked to stand for your anthem.
Westarctica, land of the brave and free, where all our dreams will be waiting for me.
So a point for that. Number 2. Strong opening intervals. After we've got to our feet, the melody starts and we get an opening interval of a 4th, followed by a climb of a 3rd, giving us an overall interval of a 6th. An interval is the way we measure the distance between 2 notes. These can be small, large, or in unison. It's really common for themes to start with big intervals. So with an overall interval of a 6th, this is a really bold way to start a piece. You could call this bold, or perhaps you could call it brave. So a point for a strong start, and a point for conveying the message of the anthem musically. Number 3. Repetition of ideas. After the opening climb up, we get this pattern. After which we get this. So the melody fragment repeats itself. It's really interesting just how influential repetition in music is, and there's loads of psychology behind that, but I don't really want to get into it right now. Suffice to say, repetition helps the memorability of a song and increases familiarity with the musical ideas. In fact, just looking at the structure of the piece, the A section repeats itself, so really we get this melodic idea 4 times in 25 seconds. Repeating melodies, rhythms, or any kind of musical idea helps the tune become an earworm. So, point. Number 4. Closing cadence. Ending the main section, we get something called a cadential idea, which is the part of the music that brings the phrase to an end. There's loads of different ways to structure a melody, such as periods or sentences, but most of these will end the same way. They will have some kind of cadential idea to bring the phrase to an end. The theory being that the song has tension, which is then resolved. Quickest crash course on music theory ever, the 5 chord leads to the 1 chord. Huh, would you look at that, a 5-1 resolution. Fancy that. Point. Number 5. 4 in the bridge. So that's the main section, but what about the bridge? How can you make a bridge in as few bars as possible? I mean, this anthem is able to achieve it in just 4 bars. How does it do it? The answer? It does what bridges are known for. If you listen to pop songs, it's really common that they go to the 4 chord during the bridge. This is because it takes the music to a new place without sounding too alien. The Sealand anthem I looked at last time does exactly the same thing, and there's going to be plenty of others that do it along the way. Going to the 4 chord in the bridge of a pop song is so common these days it's almost cliché. Why not use those expectations to your advantage? Iconic bridge harmony. Point. Number 6. Return from the bridge. At the end of the bridge, we need to get back to the original idea. However, while a cadential idea like we mentioned before resolves the melody, that's the opposite of what we want. It would be possible to end the phrase here. But if we did that, it would no longer be a bridge because, well, it's not bridging anything. So let's go back to that crash course in music theory. The 5 chord leads to the 1. The A section starts on the 1 chord, so if we end this bridge on the 5 chord, it really hypes up the tension until finally we resolve back to the 1. Point. So to sum up the national anthem of Westarctica, it does a lot in little time. If this song is stuck in your head, it must be a sign. Why not become a citizen? Link in the description. It's free. I'll be back in March to talk about Lieberland. If you can't wait that long, check out some of my other videos on music arranging or rhetoric. Feel free to subscribe so you never miss out on content. And God bless Westarctica. I'll see you in the next one.